financial assets. So definition for financial instrument. Yeah. It's a contract. Contract, we know it has to be an agreement between two parties, correct? It can be written, it can be oral. Right? So a contract that gives rise to both a financial assets of one entity means one entity will record asset and a financial liability, or equity of another means the other party will record as a liability or equity. So asset to one, liability to the other, or asset to one, equity to the other. Now, this is the company. This is also a company. You have an investment. You invest in a company share, and in return, what do they give you? Share. Correct? So is this your financial asset or liability? It's your financial asset, which is equity instrument. Means you buy shares, which is your financial asset, which is a equity instrument. Company that receive your money, okay, this one you invest, right? They will issue you share. So in their book, they record as equity share. Agree? So financial asset to this company, equity to the other. Invest. Issue debenture. So this company invests in the company's debenture. So it is an investment, then it is a financial asset. But this financial asset is a debt instrument. Okay. And what will this company record? How will this company record? When I issue debenture, I took your money, it's actually a liability, financial liability. Okay, so repeat, what is the definition for financial instrument? It's a contract that gives rise to both a financial asset to one entity and liability to the other, or equity. Okay. You see the first example, financial asset and equity. Second example, asset and liability. So asset is confirmed, but the other party can be equity, the other party can be liability. This is financial asset, financial instrument. Okay. Okay. So the definition, you go back and put it here. A contract that gives rise to a financial asset one and liability or equity to the other. So financial instrument, we have asset, liability, asset, equity. What's the definition for equity first? We start off with equity. You learned before definition of equity in your FR or CR1. conceptual framework. Conceptual framework. What is it? Conceptual framework. We have the 4-chapter objective, the definition of assets, definition of liabilities, definition of equities. So what's the definition of equities? Okay, sorry. Okay, in other words, it's asset minus liability. Correct. So equity, we know the formula is A minus L equals to E. So what is E? E means A minus L. Okay, you see the explanation here. Equity, where is it? Any contract that evidences a residual interest, the leftover, the balance of asset after deducting the liability. The balance of asset deducting the liability. That is your equity. Okay, so equities definition started. Now we have two more definition for asset, definition for financial liability. So we're going to start with financial asset. Definition is here. Any asset that is cash, cash is a financial asset. Equity instrument of another entity means share in another entity. So you shares in another entity will be this example. There. It can be cash. It can be equity instrument in another entity. These are actually financial assets. And last one, C, a contractual right to receive cash. Contractual right to receive cash. You have the right to receive cash or any other thing, means besides cash, any other financial assets from another entity, or contractual right to exchange. You receive or you exchange the financial instrument with another entity under conditions that are potentially favorable to us, to the company. So you either you receive a contractual right to receive cash or exchange with other assets that is potentially favorable to us. That's why it's asset. If it's not favorable, it has to be liability. So example here. I have a financial asset. It can be cash. A, it can be equity instrument in another entity. B, what is C? A contractual right to receive cash or other financial asset or contractual right to exchange. Can you see this example here? When I invest in this company, I buy their debenture. I give them money. Must they pay me interest? Yes, I lend the money. I have a right to receive cash. If not cash, then other asset can. So cash or other financial asset. Okay. When I invest in the company share, back to this example, do I have contractual right to receive cash from this company? Contractual right to receive cash. You invest in Maxis share. Do you have any contractual right to receive any cash from Maxis? Every year you receive something? Yes, no? So in your mind, those who say yes, probably you're thinking of dividend, correct? So is dividend a contractual right? No, you don't have the right to receive dividend unless they declare. Okay, dividend is not correct fixed. So contractual right to receive has to be financial asset, which is debt instrument. Equity instrument is always never a right to receive any cash. It all depends on the company. Okay. And D, a contract that will or may settle with the entity's own equity instrument. I'm going to issue my own instrument and its non-derivatives And you can see part 2, that is derivative. So derivative, we will not touch in this level. But if you want to know what is derivative, it is the next page. Example of derivatives. These are the explanation for derivatives, and these are the example. Okay, now? Have you learned forward contract, futures in your financial paper? Yeah, those are derivatives. Okay. So example of derivative would be forward contract, futures contract, share option. We did discuss what is share options. You can buy the company share in the future at a specified price. That is your one of the derivatives. And swap. Have you learned swap? No. Yeah, you will learn that in your, if you continue with your ECA, you will learn that in your P4. P4, optional paper. You may choose, you may not choose that paper. If you ask me, you choose that. Okay, if you are in this line here, financial is very important. Okay, small company, big company, listed company, sure deal with treasury, money. Import, export, sure, yeah, you need to know all these contracts, all these derivatives. Double entry, not good, doesn't matter. Okay, you got your staff. They must be good, not you. Okay, I tell you, my boss is a financial, my boss, my friend, college mate last time. Now he's a financial controller, but his double entry really very big. I don't have to know. My staff know enough lah. Anything I ask him to do. Okay, now all I have to do is just review the file, review the report. I need to talk to the bank, how to do shopping, all this. Double entry, ask them to prepare. It's their job. Okay, I just review the final report only. Okay, so basically means now you just have to, we only focus on A, B, and C lah. D is related to derivatives, that one we don't really touch on it lah. Okay, so other example of financial asset, receivable is a financial asset. Options just now, and also shares. Clear? Cash, equity, as well as a contractual right to receive cash or other financial assets. Definition for financial liability. Can you underline obligation, contractual obligation? Whenever you have a liability, means you have an obligation. Cannot, you have an obligation to deliver cash or other financial asset. You must pay using your cash. A2, a contractual obligation is to exchange financial instrument with another entity under conditions that are potentially unfavorable. Unfavorable. So you are at this here. You are this person. You have a financial liability, means you have a contractual obligation to deliver cash. Okay, now, or exchange which is potentially unfavorable to you, this company. That's why it's a liability. Okay, just now it's favorable, now it's unfavorable. And then you have B, also related to derivative. The difference is one is obliged, be obliged to deliver. This one is you have the maybe obliged to receive, obligation to receive. That's why it's an asset. Whereas this one is a deliver. Again, you can skip this. For derivative, non-derivative, we do not touch. Okay. Okay. So you other example of derivatives, other example of financial liability, trade paper. Do you have the obligation to deliver cash if it's trade paper? Hello, yes? You have a trade paper, must you pay? Yes, it's a contractual obligation to deliver cash. Okay? So you go back, you want to prepare a nice one, you can actually start with financial instrument. Definition for financial instrument, a contract that gives rise to a financial asset, financial liability, equity together. What is a financial asset? Cash. What else? Share. What else? Yeah, you have the right, contractual right to receive cash, okay, or other financial assets. You put it there. What's the definition? Definition for liability is a contractual obligation to deliver cash, and the part B, 1 and 2. Derivative, non-derivative. What is equity? Equity is asset minus liability. Done. So definition, so we have 4 definitions. Okay, we have 4 definitions. And next, so just to let you know here, derivative, which is not, we are not going to cover, but in the market, in derivative, to buy futures, derivatives, in the market, to buy forward contract, futures, swap, share options, all this may involve zero cost. You just have to enter contract with the bank. You just go to the bank, enter a contract, or you may pay a very minimum cost. So it has got very little or no initial cost. You go to the bank, over the counter, you can explain to them or you ask them, say, I want to buy future contract, means I want to buy oil at this price in the future. So you enter into the contract, you don't have to pay anything, or you pay a very minimum amount. So, but you have already entered into a contract. Do you have an obligation now? Yes, but you will pay 0 cent. You don't have any record. But you have already entered the contract to pay something in the future. So is this considered misleading? Yeah, okay. Huh? Derivatives, you enter in the contract, no cost or little cost. So no double entry to record, so it's not in the financial statement. But this contract entered into will oblige you to pay something in the future. Okay, and the amount in the future can be a lot. So, but it's hidden from the financial statement. That's why we have this standard to deal with derivatives. Okay, you're going to deal with this later. Okay? Hello? Yeah. All right. These examples here are not financial assets. So physical asset like inventory, which IS are we talking about? Inventory? IS 2. Property, plant and equipment 16. Lease asset IFRS 16. You learned last semester. Do you? Did you learn? Yes. Right of use asset. You must recognize asset, recognize liability. Okay. Intangible asset. IS 38. So all these are not financial assets. What is a financial asset? It's a cash, it's a receivable, or you have a contractual right to receive cash. If it is inventory, do you have contractual right to receive cash? You buy inventory, then suddenly every year you get something in return, cash. Do you have that? No. You must sell only you get back the cash. So you do not have contractual right to receive cash. What about PPE? You buy machine, you buy tables and chairs. So by investing 1 million in tables and chairs, put there for 1 year, do you receive any contractual right to receive any cash? No, nothing. But we know that asset will generate future economic benefit, but you do not have contractual right to receive cash. Is it okay? So our definition of financial asset is when you have contractual right to receive. So by investing in table and chairs, no contractual right. So it cannot be a financial asset. Okay. What about prepayment, which is also asset? Is this a financial asset? Prepayment. Prepayment is an asset, but by paying more, example 1 year 12,000, by paying 15,000, I prepaid 3,000. By payment extra 3,000, does it give me the right to receive cash in the future? Same thing, no. What do I get in return if I pay extra 3 months? Means next month I get to stay another 3 months. So I receive the goods and services rather than cash. So you can see here, prepayment is about future economic benefit. I will receive goods and services rather than receiving cash. So therefore, prepayment is not a financial asset. Can you see how powerful the word here, contractual rights to receive cash? Okay, you do not have any rights to receive cash. It is not a financial asset. It is an asset, but not a financial asset. Is it okay? Now, scope. These are all excluded from our standard. Meaning here, we have how many standards altogether? We have MFRS 132, which is IS 32. We have MFRS 7, MFIS 39, and MFRS 9. 4. Repeat, you don't confuse. This is MFRS 7. This in our international standard is IFRS 7. This is IS 39, the old one, which will be replaced using IFRS 9. Will be replaced. Okay, now? Then, my question is, if I own share in this company, is this my financial asset? If I own share in another company, is it a financial asset? Yes. This is my company. This is my company. This is the company here. I own share in this company and I own 60%. And I own 25%. Do I own share in this company? Yes. So just now my earlier example, if I own share in Maxis, it is my financial asset. Now my company owns share in this company which I have control. I own share also, right? I own 60% of the share. Is this my financial asset? It is by right, it's a financial asset. However, when we have control, we do not use IAS 32, 39 because we have other standards to apply, which is MFRS 127, business combination, or IFRS 3, business combination, whereby you have to calculate the console, the goodwill, everything. Is it okay? What happens if you own less than 50%? Then we have IS 28, which is associate. So can you see now? When I own share in one company, we have a few standards to apply. If I own just less than 10%, will be financial instrument. If I own more than 50%, IS 27, IFRS 3 will come into the picture. If I own less than 50, which is just an associate, IS 28 will come into the picture. So the number of shares that you own will apply different standards. Okay. Can. I can repeat. So, a few scenarios. All four scenarios or all three scenarios are the same. Same as if I own share in one company. But the percentage of ownership will determine the standard that we use. Okay, now? So we can see the 3 bullet points here. The first 3 bullet points are all owning share in another company. but we use 3 different standards here. But altogether we have 4. What happens if I own less than 10%, very little minimum shares? If I own share in Maxis, so I will use financial instrument, which is IS 32, 39, and 7 and 9. However, if I own more than 50% or if it's an associate, I will use this standard. So one similarity, all own share. The difference is we apply using different standards if our percentage is different. Okay. So if the last time your say P2, they asked before one of them, why is this particular standard so difficult and so confusing? Because owning shares in another company already have 4 standards to apply. Okay, it depends on how many percent you own. Okay, so financial instrument contract obligation under share-based payment, that one we learn also. This is not considered as financial assets. Okay, financial instruments do not cover under financial instrument, this standard. Okay, we issue share, that one under MFRS 2, the one we just done, not under financial instrument. Cash settled, equity settled. So now IS 32. We'll start with this IS 32. Presentation. Okay, then later we move on to the other standards. IS 32 is on classification of equity and classification of liability. We go through later, but we look at here. Financial asset, no issue. I invest in share, I invest in debenture, confirm asset. Contractual right to receive cash, no issue. IS 32 is being developed to clarify the classification of liability and equity. So asset we know is debit side. Credit side can be liability, credit side can be equity. Correct or not? So if I were to credit, I record in my book credit, recorded as liability or recorded as equity, we have to decide. So the standard will tell us which one is liability, which one is equity. We have already learned the definition. So we get some example to identify, is it a liability or is it an equity? Both are credit. What is the implication if I classify them as liability rather than equity or the other way around? If I put it in liability, what happens to my liability? Up. So if I put it as credit liability, my liability will go up. What is the implication when my liability goes up? We focus on ratios. Which ratio will be better? Gearing ratio formula. Sorry? Gearing ratio is to calculate the level of company's debt. So debt has to be at the top. We want to calculate the debt, divide by equity. Actually, gearing, we have another ratio, which is debt divided by debt plus equity, either one. Interpretation will be slightly different. I'll show you the ratio. Let's say I got a debt of $1. I borrow $1. Equity is $1. You know what is equity, right? Shareholder. Shareholder put in $1. I have not enough money, $1. I borrow another $1. So how much do I have now? $2, correct? So $2 is my capital employed. CE, capital employed. Where do I find my capital? Shareholder and debt, capital employed. So gearing ratio can be either one of these. So what's my gearing ratio if I use this formula? $1 of debt compared to $1 liability or equity, sorry, my gearing ratio is 100%. Same info. If I use this formula, my debt of $1 compared to my capital employed of $2, my gearing ratio is 50%. So different formula will give different results. So our interpretation is anything, if we use this formula, gearing ratio that is more than 100% is considered risky. Normally, we put it this way. But if we use this formula, more than 50% is considered risky. Okay? So if I ask you, my gearing ratio is 63.4%. High risk or low risk? The next question you have to ask is, which formula am I using to get this 63? Correct? If I say I use this formula to get 63, means this 63 is low. But the 63, I use this formula, then 63 is considered very high, risky. So that's why gearing ratio, you have to know which formula they use. That's why high level, when they give you gearing ratio with percentage, they tell you which formula they use. Compared to equity or compared to debt and equity. Okay, no? So you always use $1 to understand. In other words, on gearing, I must stay here recording. In other words, who is the last person to be paid in the event of liquidation? Shareholder, right? So shareholder put in $1, and I have a debt of $1. Means this debenture holder, if you lend my company $1, your $1 not to worry because I have $1 to cover. They are the last person to be paid. That's why enough. So 100% is considered reasonable. Clear? Last person to be paid $1, and you have $1. So your debt is not very high because enough to cover. But over here, the interpretation will be, I have $2 as my capital. One is from shareholder, one is borrowed. So out of the $2 capital employed, $1 is borrowed, means 50% is borrowed. So you should not borrow too high. 50% of your total capital is borrowed money, is debt, is considered acceptable. Anything more than that is risky. Okay, so now, if I have a financial instrument and I classify as liability, what happened to my gearing? My gearing will go up, correct? Because my debt will go up, because if I credit liability, my liability go up, my equity will remain. What happened to my overall percentage? It will go up. Overall, it will go up because debt increase. But what happened if I classify them as under equity? My debt will remain, my equity will increase per annum. What happened to my gearing? Debt remain, because I classify as credit equity, my equity will go up, my gearing will go down. Can you see the implication of? So you classify differently. The implication of the gearing ratio, which is one of the main ratio for investor, will have severe implication here. So if you are the company, you need money, will you want to be classified as equity or liability? If you are a company, you want it to be equity because you don't want your gearing to show a high level of debt here. So that's why it's not up to you. We have to look at the characteristic of the instrument. Is there a cash obligation or contracted obligation to deliver cash? Okay, or exchange which potentially unfavorable to the company. If you meet that criteria, you must put it as liability. Is it okay? So it's not up to you, but we look at the substance. Okay, when do you decide whether it's a liability or equity? On initial recognition, when you first enter into the transaction. Okay, not later, but on initial recognition to determine whether it's a liability or is it equity. Not only that, it will affect your gearing ratio. When I classify them as liability, must I pay interest? If it's a liability, a loan, I will pay interest. The interest will be part of my expenses, correct? But if I classify them as equity, I will have to pay what? Dividend. Is dividend an expenses? No. Dividend is just a distribution. Understand? So next question is it going to affect our profit? If I classify as liability and equity, yes, because financial liability, I must pay interest, in which it is classified as expenses, hence it will affect our profit. Okay, it's going to affect our profit. If I classify them as equity, dividend is not an expenses, and you do not have obligation to pay dividend. So if you pay, it is still not an expenses, won't affect profit. It's just a distribution of your profit. Clear? So now, by classifying as liability equity, it's going to affect our gearing ratio on debt. Okay, it's going to affect our profit. On one side, it's going to bring down the profit. On one side, it's going to have no effect on the profit. Okay, so IS 32 is developed to clear this doubt here. Okay, this confusion here, whether to classify as liability or equity. Okay, to avoid any misuse of this. Okay. So if you look at here, classification of equity, classification of liability, and we know the definition of liability, you have a contractual obligation to deliver cash. Equity do not have this very important characteristic, contractual obligation to deliver cash. So as long as you do not have any contractual obligation to deliver cash, it cannot be a liability. So if you refer to this, they invest in my company, I issue them share. Do I have contractual rights or do I have a contractual obligation to deliver cash? No. No obligation cannot be a liability, definitely is an equity. No question asked. You don't put it as liability, it's definitely equity. If you have contractual obligation to deliver cash, must be financial liability. Debt, loan. These two examples share debt, loan, very clear cut, equity, liability, equity, liability. However, there are some instruments is not as clear cut. So if it's not as clear cut, therefore we have to apply them very carefully. So we have to apply the characteristic of the definition. Okay? So equity share is clear cut, debt is clear cut, no answer, no question asked, whether equity or liability. However, there are some which is very, very not so clear cut. That is when we have to apply substance over form. So we have two examples here, redeemable preference share, cumulative irredeemable preference share. Have we discussed redeemable preference share? Yes? Forgot? Explain one more time? Okay. Tired, huh? Ayo. 2 minutes break. No need, huh? This one, 2 minutes means you close your eye, then we're going to start again. Substance over form. Means we apply the commercial substance, the commercial reality over the legal form. Commercial reality over the legal form. So, redeemable preference share, equity or debt? Equity or liability? Okay. I rub off this one. Preference share capital, equity or debt? Equity or liability? Hello? Yes? Equity or liability? Preference share capital. It is an equity. I rub off the redeemable. Yeah, I rub off. Preference share, it is an equity. So just now we already discussed between equity and liability, correct? Equity, liability. So preference share, equity, loan, financial liability. But what if I put in redeemable preference share? Redeemable preference share, in which we have to pay dividend. How much every year? 10% on 1,000. 10,000 will be 1,000. This one I have to pay interest 1,000. Okay. Now, the keyword here is redeemable preference share. They have three similar characteristics. What are the three similar characteristics between these two? One of them is all both do not have. Who has got voting rights? Only ordinary shareholder. Ordinary shareholder. Preference shareholder, loan note holder, they have no voting rights. You know what's voting rights? Huh? You can vote. Huh? Next time when you don't have to be rich, you just buy company share. Okay, example Berjaya. You buy 100 share. 100 share, one share is $2. Buy $200, you become the shareholder. So once they have any meeting, they will have to call you. Okay, now, so call you out for a meeting. If there are any big decision to be made, yes, you can vote. They ask you how many shares you own, 100 shares. So you have voting rights. Understand? If you go to Berjaya, and then their annual general meeting, normally they give you a lot of vouchers, give you umbrella, voucher, Starbucks voucher, Kenny Rogers, all under Berjaya. Causeway, so you buy 100 shares and go for the exchange. Okay? A lot of auntie uncle they do that. Okay? If you go there, then you're probably the youngest already. No voting rights. They have a fixed dividend for preference. For loan note holder, you have a fixed interest every year, 1,000. And one of the main difference will be here. Loan will be repayable. And this redeemable preference share is redeemable in the future. The loan I take is for 5 years. This preference share capital I want to redeem in 5 years' time. Repayable in 5 years' time, redeemable in 5 years' time, or 6 years or 10 years. So you notice here we have two different instruments. Both have similar characteristics. Yes, 10% loan note, no issue. Confirm financial liability. Confirm. You have an obligation to deliver cash. What about preference share? Do you have contractual right to deliver cash every year? Yes, 1,000. Because we know the characteristic of preference share is you have to pay a fixed dividend every year. No voting rights, and the most important characteristic here is they are redeemable in the future. Means today you invest 10. Few years later, I can redeem back and give you back the money 10. So do they have similar characteristic as a loan? Redeemable, do they have the same characteristic as a loan? Yes. Therefore, by applying substance over form, of course, originally it was an equity, but by applying substance over form, this will therefore be treated as financial liability. This this dividend will now be treated as finance cost, just like interest. So you can't put it as equity to improve your financial ratio. Cannot. We have to apply substance over form. Yeah? If not, you will see many companies, they will start to issue redeemable preference share rather than taking a loan. Because they want to improve their gearing. So cannot apply substance over form. You still got to declare, recognize them as liability. Okay? Okay, this is example number 1. I think last week or last 2 days, I gave you an example on what else? The factoring and your leasing. So the other two, on top of this one, the other two is also applying application of the substance over form. Okay. Now, here, second example, the keyword here is cumulative, because it can be non-cumulative. We have cumulative preference share capital, 10% cumulative preference share capital. Meaning we know that our dividend, we have to pay every year, 1,000. But what if during the year, I do not have money to pay the 1,000? What happen if I do not have money to pay the 1,000? So the fact that it is a cumulative preference share, the fact that it's redeemable doesn't matter. It's cumulative preference share. Means today I got no money to pay. Year 1. In year 2, I must pay how much? I must pay 2 years. Because the dividend is cumulative. There is such thing called non-cumulative. If non-cumulative means what? If this year I must pay, fixed. However, this year no money, then no need to pay. What about next year? Non-cumulative, next year you pay also 1,000. But this one is a cumulative, means you have to pay 2,000. Understand? Now, if you take a loan, this month you got no money to pay interest. Let's say 1,000. Next month you got money to pay interest. How much must you pay interest? This month no money to pay interest, so I owe the bank 1,000. Next month I have money to pay interest. Do I pay 1,000 or do I pay 2? Yeah, I pay 2. So our interest is cumulative. It's not that I do not have money to pay, then I don't pay. So it's accumulated. So this cumulative irredeemable preference share, 1,000 with no money, because the fact that it's cumulative, I have to pay 2,000. So they have similar characteristics as a loan interest. Therefore, cumulative irredeemable preference share must also be treated as financial liability. We apply substance over form. During diploma time or your first year degree, we know that preference share will be equity. But now that we include redeemable, or when we include cumulative, it is no longer equity, it is a liability. Contractual right to pay cash, deliver cash. You can't run away. Contractual obligation, not contractual right, contractual obligation. Okay? Yeah. Next page, 2.2. So when you apply, when you look at here, this diagram here, financial asset is not an issue. Liability equity is there is an issue. If it's very clear cut, no problem. If it's redeemable preference share, or if it's cumulative redeemable or irredeemable preference share, so sometimes without the standard, most of us will put it under equity. But with the standard of IS 32 here, they ask us to apply the substantial form, means the redeemable as well as the cumulative must be recognized in liability. So IS 32 will deal with all these things. Presentation. Okay, no? So the next thing will be measurement. Money. I have recognized, I'm going to recognize my asset, I'm going to recognize my liability, but how much? Okay, measurement. We look at example 1. And take note here, equity instrument, one of the characteristics here is no obligation. Dividend is not an obligation. Can you change this to 30, change it here, 50, change it here, okay. Peter issued 20,000 ordinary share for 280. Issue cost is 2,000. Explain and illustrate how the issue should be accounted for. What's the double entry? Debit. I show the ledger. Debit cash or debit bank. How much? 20,000 share, 280. One share is 280. Therefore, 20,000 share will be 54. Debit cash or debit bank. Where do I credit? My share capital par value is $1, so 20,000 at $1. Credit 20,000. Credit share premium. Okay, 56, all right. Sorry, debit 56. Debit bank, credit ordinary, credit share premium 56. And during the issue, I actually incurred some issue cost of 2,000. So where do I charge this 2,000? Credit cash, because I pay for the issue cost. Where do I debit? Issue cost. Debit. Do not debit expenses. We debit out from our share premium. Utilize share premium. So no expenses, but we reduce our share premium. Okay. Assuming this is 1st January, I issue share on the 1st of January. Therefore, 1st of January, this is my record. How much cash net I receive? I receive 56 minus 2, I left with 54. Can you see here, debit 54? Here they combine as one entry, but actually there are two transactions, right? Today I receive cash, tomorrow I pay for the 2,000. So ordinary share is still 20,000, but my share premium now is left with 34. Okay, no expenses. And when I pay the 2,000 related to issue of share, I will minus out from the share premium. Okay, so the standard says so. Can I declare dividend from share premium? Can I declare dividend from share premium? Yes, no. Answer is no. Declare dividend from share premium? No. Can I declare dividend from retained earning? Yes. Can I declare dividend from general reserves? What is that? General reserves? Yes. Can I declare dividend from revaluation reserves? No. Okay? No. So can I declare from share premium? No. Then what is the use share premium? Basically no use. That's why we can use it to minus out our issue cost. Have you learned before bonus issue? Can I issue share to my existing shareholder bonus share? Can. Use what? Do I raise any fund from bonus issue? No, I did not raise any money. Right issue, yes. Bonus issue, no. So I will credit my share. Whenever there's a bonus issue, I credit. Where do I debit? Do I debit bank? No, I don't receive money, so don't debit bank. Debit to share premium. So share premium cannot declare dividend, but they can be used to declare our bonus issue. However, 2016 onwards in Malaysia, do we have share premium? No more share premium because there's no more par value, no more share premium. So whatever you learn here is more on for international basis. This in other countries you may still have, but now no more in Malaysia. Clear? 2016 onwards, no more. Okay, now. Now, question. Assuming I declare this or I issue on the 1st of January at 1st January 2018. And end of the year, the share price increased to $3.20. What are you going to do with this increase? Yeah, bonus issue, right? Bonus issue, bonus share, same. It's a bonus issue by issuing a bonus share. Okay. Hello, hey, my question. I issue $2.80 today. That's why I record today. And I incur 2,000 record today. And then a few weeks later, a few months later, the share price increased to $3.20. What do I do in my book? What do I do? Do I increase 40 cents? No, cannot. So once I issue my share to my shareholder at 280, I record 280, and when the share price go up, nothing to do with me. Shareholder, their investment, the value go up, so is their income. Cannot. So do I do anything in my book? Nothing. So you can see here, equity instruments are not remeasured. Means whenever there's a change in price, we don't have to do anything with our share capital. Nothing. Cannot. Nothing to do with us. Shareholder will make money from there, 40 cents. Okay, no? So, equity no remeasurement. Can you write that? No subsequent remeasurement. I mean, if you have this diagram, then you write that lah. Otherwise, it's in the book one. I'll show you where later. So that's it with equity. Now let's move on with to liability. Equity very easy. Share premium minus up, no remeasurement, done. Okay, no? Now we look at financial liability. And over here again is a definition on how to recognize a liability. Means we have a contractual obligation to deliver cash. We have a contractual obligation. So initial recognition, no problem. Debit bank, credit financial liability. Our problem now is when subsequent measurement. Initial recognition and subsequent measurement. So can you see here? Financial liability, the measurement is received, the money received minus transaction cost today. Subsequently, they will be classified as amortized cost or fair value through profit and loss. Financial liability, once we meet the definition, recognition test, we will then recognize it in our book, fair value less final minus all the transaction costs. Subsequently, they will be measured at amortized cost or fair value through profit and loss. Either one. So we're going to start with amortized cost. So if you have your note, not to worry, it's all in the notes, this diagram. I'll show you where. Page 25. But you look at page 25 and page 39. 25 and 39 together. So if you look at page 25, It is equity and then liability, correct? What is missing? Financial asset. Asset will be page 29. Is it okay? So what I did was, I combined these two into one. Here. So page 25 will be these two. Page 29 will be purely financial asset. So page 25, 29, I combine into one here. Easier to see. Okay. So we're going to start with amortized cost. Before we start, some concept first. Okay. Jam. Okay, good. Okay. Which page? Question 6. A company issues 6% loan note with a nominal value of 200,000. Can you write there 6% loan note? 6% is your nominal interest rate. Nominal interest rate 6%. They are issued at 5% discount with an issue cost of 17. The loan note will be repayable at a premium of 10% in 4 years' time. And the effective interest rate is 10%. You have many info here. 6%, can you write that, is your nominal rate? %, given here, effective rate. I mean, written there, effective rate. So what's the difference between nominal rate 6% and also the 10%? And what is this 5% and what is this 10% here? You see, when I borrow money, 1,000, you don't have to give me 1,000, you just give me 900 only. Can I? Repeat. I borrow 1,000. You don't have to give me 1,000, give me 900 only. Is it possible? Yes. Means I issue at 10% discount. 1,000 borrowed, but don't have to give me 1,000. Give me 10% discount, means 900 enough. Is it okay? So it is possible that we issue at a discount. Not only that, I borrow 1,000, and the agreement is I'm going to pay you 1,100. Borrow 1,000, pay 1,100. Is it possible? Possible. So that is what I mean by I'm going to pay back at a premium of 10%. Pay you extra 10%. I get from you, I get 5% less. When I pay you back, I'm going to pay you extra 10%. Good business or bad business? Hey, you are the borrower. You take lesser and you're going to pay more. Not good, right? So effectively, your interest is not 6%, but it's actually 10%. Can you differentiate nominal rate and effective rate? No. Then we have an example here. I use 1 year as an example. I enter into a contract with this lender, 6%, $100 loan note. 6% is my nominal value or nominal interest. Means I must pay 6% every year. I borrow how much? 100. We sign a contract 6%, 100, and you pay me, I receive 100. 1 year later, I must pay interest, correct or not? How much? 6% of 100 as what is agreed or has been agreed, $6. And I'm going to repay back 1 year later. I'm going to pay back how much? 100. Based on this example. So I borrow 100, I'll take 100, and I'm going to pay back 100 on top of that, the interest. So my nominal rate is 6%, and my effective rate is also 6%. No difference between nominal and effective rate. Year 0, year 1, I enter into the contract to borrow $100, and I give a issue at a discount of 5%. Discount of 5%. So how much will I receive? I borrow 100, but you don't have to give me $100. You give me 95%. So I will receive $95, correct? And it will be repaid at par value. Means how much interest I'm going to pay 1 year later? 6% of 95 or 6% of 100? It has to be on the nominal value. I borrow 100, I must pay back 6 interest based on the 100. So I must pay back 6 interest. Then I will redeem at par. I redeem how much? 100. I borrow 100, I'll pay 100. The contract says I borrow how much? 100. But I tell them, you just give me an issue at a discount, 95%. So I collected, I received 95, I pay back 106. So what is my effective rate? You see here, how much I pay in total? I pay 6, I take 95, I pay back 106. I got 95, I give back 106. You look at the first example, I took 100, I give back 106, 6%. When I take 95, I give back 106. What is my effective rate? 106. Or you put it this way, $11, right? I got 95, I pay 106, I pay extra $11. Out of how much I collect? 95. So how many percent? 12%. 11.6. My nominal rate is 6%. Effective rate is 11.6. Can you differentiate this two? Number 3. I signed an agreement to borrow $100. Discount 2%. Issue cost will be $3. And I'm going to redeem at par. So how much will I receive net? Minus the discount, minus the issue cost. Understand? The discount is 2%, means I got only 98. Not only 98, I have to pay a $3 issue cost. So the net amount will be 95. Okay? And when 1 year later, I'll pay back $6 plus 100 because I redeem at par. So what is my effective rate? This example says about what you do is you take, I got 95, I pay back 106, means I pay 11 out of 95. So effective rate is okay. Anyway, it doesn't meant to be same lah. That's what happened is the same. So let it be. Last one. Year 0, year 1, 6%, $100. Discount is 4%. Issue cost $2. Redeem at 5% premium. How much I receive? Net, I borrow 100. Agreement says I borrow 100. Discount will be 4%. Issue cost will be $2, not 2%, $2. I'm going to redeem at 5% premium. So how much I receive? So I will receive 100 minus $4. So 96. 96 minus 2? 94. This is how much I receive net. I borrow 100, but get back only 94. 1 year later, I must pay interest as per the agreement. I must pay a 6% nominal rate of $6. $100 means $6. Must I repay back the $100 that I borrow? Yes. How much must I pay back? I'm going to redeem the $100 at a 5% premium. Means I'm going to pay back the principal of $5 extra. Borrow $100, pay back 105. So do you expect the effective rate of this loan is higher? Yes. So how much I actually paid? 111 in total. I collected 94. I pay 111. In total, I pay about 17. So therefore, my effective rate will be 17. Can you get a 17? 111 minus 94. The 94 that I have in hand, I have to pay $17. So how many percent? Sorry? Point? 18.1. Very expensive, this loan. Okay. So the end of our class now. See you in 2 minutes time. Another venue. Where's the next class? Where? Venue? 2 CRM 13A. Level 2. So our class will end at 4:30. 2 hours from now, 4:30. You thought you got half an hour extra, right? No. So zero coupon bond means I borrow $100 and I don't have to pay interest. I borrow $100, I am paying zero interest as per the agreement. Is this a good agreement, arrangement? Borrow $100, zero coupon means zero rate. And the agreement on top of that, I will receive full $100 and I will redeem at 7% premium. Zero coupon bond, zero interest. Sounds good. However, the agreement is I'm going to pay 7% premium. Means I borrow 100, I must pay back 107. So what is my effective rate? Borrow 100, pay back 107. Effectively, I'm paying how many percent? So you take 100 minus 107, I pay $7. Out of the $100 that I received, I pay 7 extra. Therefore, I pay 7% effective rate. Okay, so our book, we must always record at effective rate. No matter how much is your nominal rate, sometimes we receive less, sometimes we have to pay more. We take all those into consideration and we have to calculate the effective rate. Understand? Now we know the difference between nominal rate and effective rate. Nominal rate is 0, effective rate is 7. So when we record in our book, we must plus effective minus nominal. Repeat. Plus effective rate minus nominal rate. That is what we call the amortized cost. I'll show it here. I borrow $100, I receive 95. So the capital balance is 95. I receive only 95, so capital balance 95. Plus what? Plus effective rate 11.6. Of the 95, how much? 11.6 of 95. How much is that? Capital balance plus effective of 11% on 95. Nobody give me the calculator, myself. 11.578 on 95 will be $11. So your plus effective minus what? Minus the interest paid, the nominal interest paid. I pay how many percent? Of 100 means I pay 6. So what is my closing balance here? 100. In which 1 year later I'm going to redeem at par. I'm going to redeem at par, which is $1 minus $100. Balance 0. So start with capital balance, the net amount I receive, plus effective minus nominal rate, which is 6%. So the balance is $100. 1 year later, I need to redeem. Comes 0. So minus it becomes 0. You learned this before last semester? Yes? Or last 2 semesters? Yes. Every semester when I teach you CR2, your friends say, yeah, we learned before, but forgotten. So yes, you have learned before, probably you have forgotten. Let's try this one. I use example 2, amortized cost. How much I receive? Capital balance? 95. Plus what? Plus effective. What is my effective rate? 11 point. This one is the same. We use other example. We use example 4. Capital balance, how much? 94. Is it okay? I receive 94 plus effective rate. How many percent is my effective? That 18.1. So 18.1 of 94. How much is that? $17 minus what? Interest paid. Interest paid is based on nominal rate, $6. So how much do I have now? 94 plus 17 is 111 minus 5 is 105. So I'm going to redeem. And remember here I have to redeem at 5% premium. So I have to pay 105 to redeem. So done. It will become 0. Let's try number 5. What is my capital balance when I receive today? 100, correct? Plus effective. What is my effective? 7% of the 100 will be 7 minus interest paid. And my interest is 0. 107. How much I'm going to redeem? I'm going to redeem at 7% premium. So redemption will be 107. Yes, becomes 0. So this is called amortized cost. Okay? Let's try a proper one now. A company issues 6% loan note with a nominal of 200,000. Means as per agreed here, I borrow 200, I have to pay a nominal rate of 6%. as agreed 6%. However, when I receive, I will tell them I will just take 95% because I give them a 5% discount. Take lesser. Not only that, I have to pay a 1,007 issue cost. The loan then will be repaid at a premium of 10%. Do you expect my effective rate to be higher? Do you expect effective rate to be higher? Because I agree is 6%. I take lesser, I have to pay more. Do you think my cost is only 6%? No. So after calculation, here they give us the effective rate is 10%. So one amount will be shown in the SPL and SFP for the year end. This is financial liability at amortized cost. We start with capital balance. How much I receive? I borrow 200,000 with a 5% discount, means I'm going to receive 95%, correct? Minus what? I receive only 95%. Not only that, I will have to pay 1,007 the cost. So how much will I receive? $1,88300, correct? So what we are doing here is to get this. How much will I receive? How much will I receive? Discount 4% means $4 on the $100. Not only that, $4, I have to pay $2. So minus 4 minus 2. So I got 94. This is the net amount I'm going to receive. So same thing here. I get only 95%. I pay 17. This is the net amount I'm going to receive. So we're going to apply amortizing the cost, amortization. So I'm going to plus what? Plus effective or nominal? Plus the effective interest. How many percent? 10. Of 188,300. Therefore, my effective interest is 188,300 minus, the nominal rate, which is the interest rate paid. I'll pay based on the nominal rate 6%. The agreement will be 6% of the amount I borrow, 200. 12,000. So this is for how many years? Then the loan is for 4 years. How much is this? 19. Okay. Which amount will be charged to my SPL? The amount to be charged to my SPL is because this loan I take lesser, I have to pay more effectively, and my interest for the year is 188. So this amount will be charged to my SPL. After 1 year, my debt will increase from 188 to 195. This is the balance in my SFP under non-current liability. 1 year later, my loan is for 4 years. Okay. So let's finish off 4 years. Year 2. This is my brought down balance in year 2 beginning. I'm going to plus effective rate at 10% times 195130. So the interest is 19513 less interest paid. So the second year I'll still pay same percentage, 6% of 200,000. The nominal 12,000. So what is the balance at the end in the second year? 20640 643. This is second year. Which amount will be charged to my SPL in the second year? Yeah, interest. Effective or interest paid? This is year 1. Year 2, my SPL amount charged will be 19513. The amount charged in my SFP will be 202. This is year 2. Can you try year 3, year 4? And you don't close at year 4. Because year 4 we have redemption. So try year 3 plus minus balance. Year 3, year 4. USJ. Huh? But I'm going to KL. I have to work later. Huh? I ordered long time ago. You never listen one. You talking more than 10 years ago. Huh? What do you think? 30 something. More than 10 years ago. Huh? 23. 3 years plus. Stop lah. Huh? Enough already lah, experience. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years enough. How much this one? Year 3. How much is this? Should be 21091, right? 220. Okay. Year 3, we plus effective, same thing, this is the amount that go to SPL. Year 3 SPL. And this amount will go to SFP in year 3. Year 4, we do the same thing because this loan takes 4 years. So we're going to amortize again. But we know 10% should be 21091. 10% of this. But this is a decimal difference because the effective rate should be 10 point something something like. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We're going to adjust the $2 to 21093 to make it 220 at the end. How much I'm going to redeem? I'm going to redeem at a premium of 10%. I borrow 200. I must pay back 10% extra, means 220. Exactly. Redemption. $10 extra. Done. The loan will be repaid at the end of year 4 at 220. Okay? Done. Okay. Answer, next page. Answer is the next page. Now 2.3.3. Redeemable preference share, cumulative preference share, by in substance or form, is this equity or debt? A 5% redeemable preference share, equity or debt? Redeemable? Should I classify as equity or debt? Why? Because we apply substance form, they have similar characteristics as a loan, so it should be a financial liability. So financial liability should be amortized how? Here. I mean, how do we measure? Because it's redeemable, so we have to measure them at fair value through profit and loss or amortized cost, because it's liability. So we start off, we continue with amortized cost. 5% redeemable preference share issued on the first, and its face value is about 8 million. Direct cost is 200,000, and the share will be redeemed at a substantial premium of 9058. The effective rate is 10%. So calculate the amount to be shown in an SFP in 2008. We're going to do all 3 years. How many years, sorry? 2 or 3 years? 3 years, because we issue 1st April 06. The first year will be 07, 08, 09. Okay, right? So this is a financial liability. Amortized cost. Start with capital balance. How much? How much? Your additional question. Question 1. Okay. Back to our notes. Page 8, 2.4, compound instrument. This one, let me go. L2. Yes, sir. Yes. What do you do? Not compound interest, sir. Compound instrument. Okay. Let's continue. Compound instrument. An example of compound instrument. Wait, let me check. Yeah, pause. Will be convertible. An example of compound instrument will be convertible. You know what's a convertible? What is that? Convert from what to what? Convert into share. From debt, convert into share. Liability to equity. Debt into share means liability is our debt, into share is equity. So it can be converted from debt into equity, meaning today, year 0, let's say, and year 1. Today, I borrow $100 at 6%. Okay, is this a liability or equity? It is a financial liability. And then there's an option for the holder of this loan to convert the loan into share. Okay, normally it's $100 loan, I will pay back $100, but I will give you back share. Example only lah, I give you back 50 shares at whatever amount. So are you now my equity shareholder? Yes. So today is a debt. Subsequently, you are my equity shareholder. So it's compound instrument, means it's comprised of both debt and equity, liability and equity. So question is now, how should I classify this $100? Should it be liability or should it be equity or both? Today is a liability, 1 year later it is an equity. So it is comprised of both debt and equity, liability and equity. So question is, should I record them as liability or should I record them as equity or both? So yes, answer is we're going to record them as both liability and equity. We're going to split. We're going to split. So over here, how we're going to split? We have debt means financial liability and equity. So it's $100. We're going to split and calculate the liability first. If the liability is 92 of the 100, then my equity is a balancing 8. Understand? If my liability I calculate and it happens to be 88, then the balancing 12 will be my equity. So this will be the balancing. If this is 93, then my equity will be 7. Clear? Is it important to split them into debt and equity? Yes, already mentioned. It will affect our gearing ratio. And then liability will have to pay interest. Equity we will have to pay dividend. Okay? Now, why do we calculate liability first, but not equity? Because liability involves cash flow. Do I have to pay interest 6%? Yes. Whenever something that involves cash flow, inflow, outflow over the years, we can always calculate the value. You learned before share valuation? Share, how to value a share? Haven't. So you want to value a share, you can use the dividend to value. Because when a company pays dividend in the future, involve cash flow, we can calculate the value of the share. Bond, we can calculate bond valuation, the value of the bond. Because the interest involve cash flow, we can calculate the value of the bond. So same thing here. When we involve payment of 6%, involve cash flow, we can actually calculate the value of the liability. Once we calculate the liability, we can find the balance. Okay, now? So 2.4, compound instrument, example convertible, means it comprises of both debt, liability and equity. So calculate the value of the liability first, then the balance will be the equity. Okay, let's try example red bone. Red Bone Co. issue 2000 convertible bond. Is this a compound instrument? Convertible means a debt today, equity in the future. So it is a compound instrument. Which one should I find first? Find debt, find liability first, then the balance will be the equity. Okay. The bond has got a 3 years term and are issued at par with a face value of 1,000 per bond. I got 2,000 bond and each bond is 1,000. So in total, I'm going to receive 2,000, 2 million. So I took a loan of 2 million, a convertible bond. How much is the interest? Interest is 6%. Each bond is then convertible at any time up to the maturity date into 250 shares. When the bond are issued, the prevailing market interest rate of a similar debt without conversion option is 9%. This is the effective. When the bond are issued, the market rate without the conversion option is 9%. What do you mean by this 6% and 9% here? If I were to borrow 2 million, and I'll pay back 2 million, what is the interest rate? If I were to borrow 2 million without conversion option, 9%. And then here I attach together with a conversion option whereby you can convert into 250 shares. So you see what happens? If the share price is high, you convert into 250 shares, you get a lot of money, correct? If the share price is low, you're going to get very low proceed repayment. So you have an option to change into share. If the share price is low, you You say, I don't want to change into share. I want back the money 2 million. If the share price is high, then I will convert into share. And when the share price is high, I'm going to sell it at the profit. So who has got the benefit here? The holder has got the benefit. Correct. Share price is low, you are not going to convert, you want back the 2 million. When the share price is high, you want to convert into share. So you have the benefit. So because you have the benefit here, I know you have the benefit. So when I issue the bond to you, I say, okay, I'm going to pay you 6%. Market currently now paying you how much? You can get 9%. But because I attach together with the conversion option, I say I'm going to pay you 6%. So you get lesser interest by 3%. So are you willing to take lower interest? Maybe yes, maybe no. Because if you take lower interest of 6%, in the future possible to convert into share that make more money. So you are actually taking a risk also. Understand? So you don't mind taking lower interest, but potentially making profit from the ordinary share. Potential only. Clear? So, what is the value of the equity component? Meaning we have to find liability first, then only we can find the equity, which is the balancing figure. Clear? So how to find liability? We have to calculate the cash flow. This loan is for how many years? 3. So I draw a timeline here. (2000) at the start means 2002, 2003, 2004. This one is the beginning of 2002, year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3. So let's calculate the cash flow involved in this convertible. How much interest do I have to pay in year 1? How much must I pay the bondholder? 6% times 2 million. So I'm going to pay 120,000 interest outflow. Year 2? Year 2? Same. Year 3? Then I will have to redeem how much? Outflow, and total outflow. Interest, and principal. They are all in 3 different years. I want to calculate the value today, year 0. What must I do with this 100,000, 120? Year 1, 120, year 2, 120. Are they of the same value? They are of the same amount, but are they of the same value? No. Let's discount it to present value. Discount using how many percent? 9%. So discount 9%, how much is it? Divide by 1 point, power by 1. How much is it? This one I need to discount by 1.09 power by 2. 1.09 power by 3. Discount. How much? Don't know. What can I use? Square root. 1.09 square. Keep it this way. Second. Now, 120 divide 1.09 power by 1. Yeah. The y is power. Discount this one. Power by 2. 101,002. Discount this one. 120 1637029. So 3 future cash flow discounted to present value. These 3 are my loan: interest, 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 and principal. Discount, discount, discount. This is my total. How much? $1,848,123. Okay. So this is my financial liability. Therefore, my equity will be the balancing. How much is my equity? Balancing figure 151877. Is it? Haven't yet finished. What's the double entry to record this today? How much I received? Debit bank. $2 million. Credit bond, your convertible bond, how many percent? It's a 6% convertible bond. $1,848,123, and credit equity option. I haven't issued share yet. 151877. Debit bank, credit 6% convertible is a liability, credit equity option. Okay. Okay, have I finished? Is that okay? Now, today I'm going to record 2 million. Credit liability, this is my financial liability. This is part of my equity. Debit asset, credit liability, credit equity. Okay, come back to this one. Financial liability is 1848. What about my debt? Equity, sorry, 1.8, 152 lah. Correct? I have split between liability and equity. What do I do with my equity? 152. Do I remeasure my 152? No remeasurement on my equity. So what do I do with this 1848? I will measure them at either amortized cost or fair value. So we haven't learned fair value, therefore we're going to measure them at amortized cost. 1848. So subsequent year, I have a capital balance today of 1848123 today as my liability. 1 year later, I need to amortize. So what do? I plus effective. What is my effective? 9% of this will be how much? 0.09 times with 1848. So 166331. I need to minus the interest paid. I pay 6% on the 2 million. Then I pay 120,000. $1,894,454. Which amount will charge to SPL? One effective, 166. So my convertible bond will be 1,894,454. This amount will be charged to SPL, and this amount will go to my SFP. Done after 1 year. So my liability will change. It will 1848 become 1894. Increase, increase, increase. We call this amortized cost. Since we have 3 years, let's continue the 2 years. Effective 9%. No space. Okay, you got place, then you do the 3rd year, you should get 2 million after year 3. your effective will be 9%. How much is it?
17504.
1,
7504.
and we minus the interest paid.
Yeah.
120. So our balance will be 2 million. Yeah. After 3 years. Now, question. The loan after 3 years will be at 2 million. My shareholder, or the debenture or the bondholder, they have the option whether to convert to 250 shares, or they can request me to pay them 2 million. Understand? So if the share they go convert, the value is more than 2 million, they definitely going to convert. But if after conversion, the 250 share, the value is less than 2 million, they will not convert, they want me to pay back the 2 million. So if they ask me to pay back, then I will credit my bank and I debit my loan here. But if they convert, I'm going to issue share. So issue share, the one we deal with that later. Okay? If they convert, then we have to issue share. Issue share, we deal with that later. Okay? Oh, the answer is here. So if you refer to this answer here, our answer, our SPL will be 166 after 1 year, and our liability will be 1894. Answer is here. 166, liability will be 1894, liability. Our equity option will always be 151, no remeasurement. Equity option, no remeasurement. Done. Question 3. Question 3. Question 4. Question 4. Question 4. Sorry, question 4. On 1st January, a company issues 60 million 4% convertible. So it is a convertible, meaning it is a compound instrument, means made out of both liability and equity. Convertible means can be converted into a share, so it's a liability plus equity, both. We have to find liability first. Loan notes are redeemed for cash or convertible into equity share on the basis of 25 shares for every $100. Of that, at the option of the loan note holder, similar but non-convertible means without the conversion option, just the pure loan, it will have cost 9%. So the discount rate for 4% and the discount rate for 9% is given as follows. Show that this loan should be accounted for on 2019. This is for how many years? 2019 until 2021. So 19, 20, 21, 3 years. So calculate which one first? Calculate liability first. Meaning you have to find your cash flow, cash flow, cash flow in the next 3 years. Discount, discount, discount. Cash flow in year 1, cash flow in year 2, cash flow in year 3, including the principal, discount, discount, discount. So how much is my cash flow for the 3 years? Year 1, year 2, year 3 cash flow. How much? The present value. How much do I have to pay in the first year? Yes, how much? How much? I need to pay interest. Interest is based on 4 or 9%. The actual cash flow is 4% on the loan. The loan is 60 million, right? So this will be my interest. My interest is 240,000. Can I? Cannot? So the loan interest is 4%. Every year agreement I have to pay 4% on the 60 million. So 240,000 outflow in year 1. In year 2, I still have to pay also 240,000, right? What about year 3? Also 240,000. And 60 million because I need to redeem. Year 1 outflow, year 2 outflow, year 3 outflow. But we know it's different here, meaning we have to calculate the present value. So which one should I use? Should I discount at 4% or 9%? Discount at 9%. So given is the discount rate, so we therefore can use the discount rate times with 0.92, 0.84 times with 0.77. So what is my present value? Present value, present value. How much? Yeah, cannot rely. 220800. 201600. Is this 140 or 2004? Huh? 2.4 million. 2004. Miss out by 1 0. It's not correct. 2004 interest discount. 2004 interest discount. 2004 interest plus principal. Four eight zero 48000. Five two 272000. So you can ignore the other three zeros. So I found my liability. Let's find equity. This is my financial liability. Seven 728. $60 million. What's the double entry to record this 60 million? Debit bank. Credit my, how many percent? 4%. 4% loan. And credit equity option. Debit bank, credit 4% loan note, credit equity option. The one in red is the balancing figure. Find liability, balancing equity. Find liability, balancing equity. Question, what do I do with the 77? Do we remeasure 77? No. So what do we do with the 52? It's a financial liability. Subsequent year, we will use the amortized cost or fair value through profit and loss. So we haven't learned fair value through profit and loss, so we're going to amortize them. Let's amortize now. Capital balance 52272. Let's use 30. 52272. plus effective 9% or 4? 52272. Huh? Given what, 9? Huh? 4 is the effective. Effective. Why 9 is there? Given here, similar, a non-convertible one will be 9%. We take it as effective. A loan without conversion option is 9%. 4% on that will be 2004. Huh? 60 million. 54576. Okay. So this year in my SPR, finance cost will be 4704. This one. In my SFP, I have an equity option. Equity option will be, in my SFP, I got a non-current liability, which is a 4% loan note, convertible. Which one should I take? Yes, 54576. This is first year. Equity option is under reserves. Equity, correct? Half an hour more. Huh? Later what? No aircon. You don't need aircon. Huh? So your homework, I haven't finished, but your homework for this, you do second year, third year. Okay, eventually you will get 60 million. Okay, you will get 60 million, 60000 for year 2, year 3. We still got example 3, example 1, this one you must do. Continue. Huh? Question 6.